Good morning. This is the Great Basin prescribed fire briefing Wednesday, November 8th. Looking at the Great Basin map, we have prescribed burning in these purple areas all throughout the region. It has been bone dry across the southern third to southern half of the geographic area, but quite wet, with half-inch to inch-and-a-half amounts across much of Idaho, western Wyoming. This does not include the last 24 hours. We'll get to that in a second. These are 100-hour fuels. We did have quite a bit of snow in some areas with this last storm in the mountains of Idaho, but also down into parts of northern Utah. This is Snow Basin. 72-hour, 3-day snowfall. You can see these amounts in the golden areas to red. That's anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow. Locally higher amounts in some of those reddish areas, mostly above 6,000 feet. Satellite imagery shows that storm now departing into the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes. Weak ridge of high pressure building in, the next storm waiting in the wings. A powerful one, but it'll take quite a while to get here. So here's a high pressure ridge building in, drier air by that tannish shade. Pretty good overall smoke dispersion, especially areas in the white and yellow. You can see the minimum humidities quite dry in the south, but staying above 50% in the north. Some gusty winds in the south, but calm or light winds as you head further north. And you see that reflected also on the transport winds. Excellent mixing heights in most areas. For Thursday, there's the high pressure ridge building in, dry air, warmer throughout the region. See ventilation starting to come down a little bit under that high pressure. Areas in red, inversions may last a little longer. Similar story in the humidities, but dropping down a bit in Idaho. Instead of in the 60s, they're in the 40s. Again, mostly light winds. That was at the surface. This is the transport wind level here. As we go into Friday, kind of a zonal flow. High pressure flattens out. Here's the first part of that next storm system into the Pacific Northwest. That'll start improving the smoke dispersion, ventilation. You see a lot more areas in white, but the clouds roll in, so you see the humidity rising in the north, maybe too high for burning, but still quite dry central and southern areas. Transport winds starting to pick up in the north, but fairly light in the south. Decent overall mixing heights for this time of year. 3-day precipitation totals, and then going down the road further into this zonal flow. So we're not really under high pressure. It's actually pretty decent for burning. This is Saturday, Sunday. Weak ridge of high pressure starts building in, but this powerful storm system starts gathering strength, and it'll start tapping some subtropical moisture down here in the south. Somewhere towards day 8 to day 10, we could be looking at a pretty big storm system. Precipitation, this is going to be Saturday through Monday morning. This is going to be Monday through Wednesday next week, and this is the total 7-day precipitation. Now, I've been talking a bit about El Nino. These warmer than normal waters happens once every 5 to 7 years. Typically produces a weather pattern where we're drier and warmer up north, but quite wet as you head across California and parts of the Great Basin, especially further south. And this is the official forecast for the winter, December, January, and February, that wetter pattern. And the reason I mention it is we start seeing some of that starting to develop as we go into the 8 to 14 day outlook. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.